Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna go try to finish second. Well, ended up bringing the chopper home, fixing some of the rock damage that I had on some of the knives, welded some pieces. The big reason why we shut down, this bearing. We replaced it last cutting, and that is shot, completely shot. So it was shaking the gearbox, snapping bolts. Got that all fixed up just prior. I expected that to take a lot longer to get to us than it did, which, looking at it, yeah, because this other coon stuff took forever. So currently I'm waiting on some drinks from the ice cream stand. It is hot, 90 degrees or so. So mower just left. I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna start raking behind him. We're gonna chop this tomorrow. I figured tomorrow's gonna be 92. All of the rain missed us, which is really rough. But I'll go rake it up, then tomorrow we can get right after it. We got 40, 45, almost 50 acres left to do. But chopper's ready except for putting a chain on it, putting the head back on, and then that will be good, and we'll run over, and hopefully we can hammer it all out by tomorrow afternoon. Then they're saying rain on Monday and Tuesday, so hopefully we get the chance of that. We got missed by the hurricane that came up the coast. It was raining an hour and a half north of us this morning. Just watch the windows. We'll get going after that. Ankles in the AC, that's why it's running. Headed back to Concord to get the rake and get back into it. Corn really needs a drink. Some of it started tasseling there, and that doesn't look too bad. You get into some of the dry spots that never really grew any corn. It's brutal. We started off so good, and here we are praying on Mother Nature to give us a drink and keep us going. Well, change of plans. The mower's got more issues. So it's coming back. Hopefully we can jerry rig it together. I'm getting tired. But yeah, he just sent me a video call. I guess that's what it's called. Yeah, video call. And he's got some broken stuff, some bent stuff up in the top, and the one side was jamming itself down in. So yep. Well, let's give this a try again. So mower, we figured out had a snapped spring bracket piece. I'll show it when I get over there. So that came back. Ended up pulling that out, welding it up. Got that back going. Then hired help, said they weren't going to work anymore because they had stuff to do. Yeah, just a story of my life. So I went over, dropped the mower off, got it right back here. I'm gonna take this over. I just want the rake over there, able to rake in case I start mowing and the stuff's really gonna dry down too fast by tomorrow morning, since it's really hot out still. So, but then I'll go mowing. I got a little bit left in the field we were in when it broke down. Some of the other fields look pretty good. So this is our 4230 got FC303 GL. This is getting traded in. Time for a new mower, maybe a little wider. It's just costing a lot of money. So what ended up happening was right in here that snapped off, so it wasn't sitting down level. So I ended up taking the spring right out, and we left all the panels off so we can see it. These little plastic pieces are no longer there. Had to take this off, which is a shaft. Not exactly sure what any of that does other than leveling it. But pulling that out wasn't that bad. Really wasn't that bad. 2 people, little pry bars, little shimmy shimmy. Got that out, welded that up, and yeah, should be good now. This thing has costed us way too much money lately. It is 15 years old. I have a lot of people tell me, oh, 15 isn't that old. This thing gets beat pretty hard. There's a lot of rocks and a lot of rocks, so it's been good for us for like 12-13 years, and it's just costing us too much money now. And really could go for like 11.6. This is a 10.2. And just get more mowing across it. And at some point I need to buy myself a 75/30 and do a front mower on it. So that is the goal. It's a short-term goal, next few years. So here we go, another day in the life. Got Kevin headed out. Today is gonna be slow. I got no help. It really, right-hand guy is in a bad mood and won't work. So just gonna chug along. Father's mowing hay and ooh, bumps. It's hard driving and holding this thing. And look at these cars. I was up again this morning, had a service call, which is part of work. But here we go. I was out mowing last night. Didn't get as much done as I should. We're getting more out with this cutting. It just drags on. We'll get to Concord. Get going. Well, not our best field. We picked this one up, let's see, last year. Really needs to get no-tilled or cleaned up. I got a plan to do a bunch of it. Got to do some love on the rake. That's why you hear it slapping around and stuff. Came over, had to pick up an arm, lost another arm. Rake will finish up, come over, chop this. Got more in it than I thought, considering nothing really rained. And this grass isn't that great, or this field isn't that great. It was one of those guys that mowed it once a year or so. But I'll park this, walk up. I got a few more, or one more load left in this field. I actually ended up with 2.5 loads out of 8 acres, which is surprisingly more than I figured was going to be in this field. But there's like a little kid's birthday party in the back, which is owned by a prep school, so that's why that's going on. So people are parking in my way, so I'm gonna go make sure no cars parked in my way. Little shoe leather express here. Nice neighborhood. So this is Monument Street, River Road in Carlisle. There's some nice pieces of property and nice houses, and we farm a good chunk of ground over here. This right here, walk over the street. This is Hutchins Farm. I believe they're the biggest organic farm in Massachusetts. So we farm that. Boston's way out there. But yeah, just hoofing it back to that field. So we literally have maybe a quarter left of the field, and people parked in the way after I told them not to. So we're just gonna wait. I was gonna give them a ride over here, but honestly they were pretty rude to me. So I told them they had to move the car. Then I came and drove over here, and I'm gonna watch them walk all the way back. Well, the guy's been in the car for 5 minutes and still hasn't moved. Not really sure what he's doing. Got K-Money waiting over there. Come on, I got like 5 minutes of chopping left. Here. Update, he got the car moved. I don't know if some people have a license, never mind job, never mind anything, because people amaze me. Alrighty, Kev. Let's get chopping. just ate some dinner. That's a good takeout. I'm gonna go get back to mowing. Technically, I got 3 fields left. One which really doesn't have much feed in it. One that I think is pretty good. So I'm gonna go mow the one that's pretty good, so it dries out longer. We'll see if I get to raking it later or not. So we'll get after that. Well, handle still isn't working right. Pump sounds empty. Maybe it won't get any fuel. Or tank sounds empty. Some in there. Well, all finished up there. That had more grass than I thought it was gonna. So we're gonna head over to the last field, get that dropped, and get chopping. This feed's gonna come in a little wetter. It should have all been dropped yesterday, just didn't have the manpower. We'll go. All the grass for second cut is dropped. We did skip some fields that we seeded during grub damage, so. It says it's gonna rain in 30 minutes now. The weatherman just can't figure it out, so. We're gonna go start picking it up. Waiting on Kevin to come pick me up. I was gonna run the tractor home, but oh, marking this territory. Yeah, I figured it was easier if the side of the truck picks me up and I start chopping. said. There it goes. Got it all in here, so 2 loads of that, one of the green truck, got this picked up. That field over there actually turned out pretty good. We got 1 more to go. Feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. So, as far as second cut, well, new mowers in the works now. Because that's just, we're getting tired of it. Some love for the rake. Wow. We'll head on down the road. Third gear. Look at that. It's been a good truck. So that's a 1987 Mac. It's got a 300 in it that needs some love. Hoping I get through the corn, and then we'll actually rebuild it. Probably put a new hood on it. Seeing as it has new suspension in the rear, new drive, new drive shaft, and then yeah, actually I got a little bit left over there. I gotta call him. Brakes just headed out. They got 1 little spot there, and that is it for this cutting. So Kevin should be right behind me. I should fit all of this in him, and then we'll call it a day. So yeah, been good. Been really good actually. Other than it being a little wet, those first fields, this field's good because it didn't have much grass in it. I did spread manure on this field, and it's going to get manure again. We did get manure hauled out to all of our other grass ground that we could get it on. We got to figure out if it's going to rain, and then we'll put fertilizer on. Then we just got to get the 4230 home. I got a mixed feed. We're going to cover bunk, and then we're in a good boat. Walkie-talkies. By the time we get to corn, we're gonna have walkie-talkies. We always had 2-way radios in the equipment growing up, and just the upkeep and stuff like that. For what we got out of it, really wasn't worth it. So now that I'm chopping the trucks, and have different drivers, different trucks show up, I should buy a set of like 6 walkie-talkies. Well, it's all covered up. Goes back a ways, so definitely more in there than I thought. Not as full as last year. You can see the line. So that line right there went out And we had this, it was full from fall, so I'd say we're halfway, maybe a little bit less right now. So unless we get a rockin' third and a awesome fourth and maybe a fifth, which still ain't rained. So otherwise, that'll do it for this time. Thanks for watching. It's been a roller coaster of second cutting. I've been all over the place, so hopefully it rains. Third's great, fourth's great, corn's awesome. Hopefully all that stuff happens, but we're waiting on some rain. So make sure you like and subscribe. Really appreciate everything. See you next time.